All right, let's get started. Today, my friend and I are going on our favorite new adventures.
Stop right now, because right now, you will be arrested for beating up one resident of our village. You will be punished to the fullest extent. Right now, I will take you to prison, and there we will decide what to do with you. After all, first, there will be a trial, and the judge will decide how many years you will spend in prison for committing such a terrible crime. And now, follow me.
No, what is happening? It seems like some kind of mistake, because at that time, we were just sitting at home watching TV. It can't be that we did something bad to some resident of our village. After all, we always protect our village. Well, okay, now we'll go through your area and you'll tell us what's going on. To be honest, we're just in shock that it turned out that you think we did something terrible. Please, let us go. At least let us pay you money and take it out. Let us go for this time so that you can find yourself a lawyer, and then we'll come to court and decide who's really right and who's wrong. I hope that everything will work out for us and that you're a really good sheriff who will understand us and understand our situation.
Thank you very much for agreeing to our terms. And now we need to run to our good friend the lawyer as quickly as possible to tell him about the situation that has developed with us. We will pay him a lot of money, and I hope that he will be able to help us sit. And then we will not be the last one in prison. And we will be able to live a great life and not worry about any problems. I hope that everything will really be fine with us, and we will cope with you.
Hello, our good friend, the lawyer. We need your help. We need you to defend us in court. They tell us that we destroyed some resident, but this is not true. And we want you to save us from punishment so that we do not go to prison. And we will pay you a lot of money for this. So let's go with us now, because soon our trial will start and we must not be late. Otherwise, it will be very bad for us. It seems that we did everything very quickly, and now we have already arrived at the court hearing. The sheriff will speak first.
Hello to all who are in the session of this court. Now, there will be these cases about the fact that these two people destroyed one resident on the territory of our village, but they say that they did not do this and were just watching TV, but we have irrefutable evidence. Now I will give you cameras. You look at the video recording on it, how you approach and hit the resident with balls, who then feels very bad. Because of this, you should be punished here in prison.
Oh no, it can't be like that. I really didn't see you and me attacking a resident, but something is wrong with us. It seems like these are our copies, and they really wanted to put us down. We need to understand who did this and why. Well, for now, we'll have to go to jail because we don't have any evidence that we didn't do it. It's very sad, but I hope that you and I will cope and everything will be great for us. You and I have already arrived at this prison. It is really very big. There are a lot of other criminals here, and you and I need to come up with a plan to escape from this prison because, to be honest, I don't want to spend the rest of my life here knowing that I didn't even commit any crime. We need to understand who put us there. We need to track them down and send them to prison so that they sit there for all this punishment and not us. Well, for now, you and I need to go to work in the prison. We need to go to the overseer so that he can give us picks, and we can go and mine the ore that is in these mines. And for this, we will be paid money, and then maybe we can buy something for ourselves. Well, you and I are in a very bad situation, but I'm sure that we can get out of it and come up with a way to solve everything. Well, you and I have a hard job ahead of us because there is an incredible amount of ore here, and it is all very different. There is coal and gold and iron and diamonds and even emeralds. You and I will have to work a lot now, and it all has to pay off because you and I will be paid money. But for now, you and I have to think who could have done such a terrible thing. and decided to set us up. After all, you and I have never done anything bad to anyone, and now someone has dressed up in our suits that are very similar to us and decided to set us up, did bad to the residents. After all, you and I have never done anything bad to the residents because we love them very much. We always protect them from all sorts of terrible monsters and various dangers. But now, they want to put us in prison for destroying one of them. This is just awful. I don't believe that this can be true. We have to figure out how to get out of this prison to find out the whole truth. You and I have really collected a lot of ore, and now we will give it all to this supervisor, and he will pay us a lot of money. So far, everything is going great, and you and I are developing our cool plan.
2 hours later.
How well I slept. And you know what? I think I realized right next to our cell, there is a ventilation. If we had a pickaxe, we could open this ventilation and escape through it. Let's go with you quickly to that salesman in charge. Maybe we can negotiate with him so that he sells us pickaxes, and then we have every chance of escaping from this prison. I think that this is just a great plan. I hope everything works out for us. You and I have almost reached it, and I think that this is just wonderful, and everything will definitely work out for us. It is also good that we have such a cool plan. What did the seller tell us? That we must complete his task. He will now give us swords, and you must destroy a couple of bad criminals. And then he will definitely give us pickaxes, and we will be able to get out. What is great, I am sure that you and I can easily cope with this task and then escape from this prison. So let's quickly complete this task and return to him for our tools. I want to go home as soon as possible and find out the whole truth and find these terrible people who decided to set us up.
Look, these are the terrible bandits that you and I must defeat. This will not be a very easy fight because there are only 2 of us, and there are a lot of them. But we still have balls, and they don't. So we must be like one team. After all, you and I are best friends, and we are simply incredible cool professionals. So I am sure that you and I will succeed. After all, we always protect each other and fight very cool, so we can easily destroy these bandits. Take that, you stupid bandits. You will not be able to defeat us with a friend because we are very cool. And we will defeat you all, and then we will get our tools. And we will be able to get out of this prison. You are a stupid bandit. You should not walk here because you are really doing very bad things. And we are good people and we must get out of here. It seems that everything is going great for us. There are fewer and fewer of these terrible coins, and soon we will be able to defeat them all. What? It is so good that you and I are such a cool team. It seems that we have already defeated absolutely everyone. Okay, now we can't stop, and then our work will be finished and we will be able to get out of this prison as quickly as possible.
This is just great, because you and I were able to defeat all these terrible bandits, and now we can go as quickly as possible to our already good friend the seller and take our tools from him. What did he give us everything as we agreed? And I think that this is just wonderful because he could have simply deceived us and also say that we destroyed the bandits, and therefore you and I are now in a very good position. Now, we need to run as quickly as possible to our favorite cell, and there we will break the ventilation. I am sure that everything will work out for us. The main thing is that no one notices what we are about to do. What thanks to the pickaxes, we were able to easily break this ventilation. And now, you and I will climb into it. We will need to go through it all, and then we will be able to get out of this prison. How good it is that we are doing all this so cool now. What a very long labyrinth of these ventilations here, but I am sure that you and I will be able to get out of it, and it seems that everything is working out for us, and soon we will be able to get out of here, and it is simply wonderful. It seems that everything worked out for us. It is simply incredible. You and I were able to escape from this prison, but now we have another important task to find out who decided to set us up. Well, now, while it's still dark, no one has noticed us. We need to get home as quickly as possible so that no one knows that we escaped from prison, and we need to come up with a plan as quickly as possible, but it's still too early to do that. And honestly, I'm so hungry that I'm incredibly hungry. So let's, as soon as you and I get home, you order us a pizza so that our delivery guy can come to us and we can have a delicious meal together. And then we'll immediately get down to the most important task of finding out who decided to set us up and wanted us to be able to spend our whole lives in prison.
Of course there is no problem with that. And now I will call the delivery man, and he will come to bring it, which you and I will eat. Everything worked out great for me. I was able to place an order, so he will come soon, and you and I will have a delicious meal. And it seems he is already here. It is simply incredible how quickly he was able to deliver the pizza to us. So now we will pay him money, and he will be able to go about his business. And you and I will eat this incredibly delicious pizza. And I think it is simply wonderful.
Well, you and I have already eaten very tasty food, and now we can proceed to our plan. I have just an incredible, cool idea. You and I will put a fake model of a resident who will stand there alone, and no one will watch him. And we will see whether these 2 or 3 people who will copy it should come and attack this resident in any case. And as soon as they decide to attack him, we will attack them. We will be able to defeat them and neutralize them, and then we will take them to prison and tell everyone that we are definitely not guilty, and it was they who did all the terrible things. It seems to me that my plan is just perfect. You and I put this bait of a resident, and now all that remains for us is to climb onto the roof and wait for these terrible people who wanted to set us up to come. Look, they've already arrived. That's why we need to go down as quickly as possible. Hey, you terrible bandits who decided to set us up. Now you can't run away anywhere, and you must be punished for wanting us to go to jail. Admit it. That's who you are. And why did you dress in our clothes and copy us to set us up on video cameras? You're just terrible, and you shouldn't be free. That's why we'll take you to jail now. It's just incredible, because they turned out to be 2 sorcerers who turned into you and me with a special magic spell, and that's why they were able to set us up. But this time, we defeated them, and now we'll take you to the sheriff so that he knows the whole truth about what happened, and you'll never be able to do such things again, and we'll always be in jail, and we'll be cool and get rewards for it.
And how good that you and I were able to catch them. And now everything will be fine with us. And we won't have to sit in this prison. So now we'll go up to the sheriff and tell him everything that happened. Hello, Sheriff. We found the real people who destroyed that resident. They were sorcerers who turned into us to frame us. And therefore, now you can put them in prison. And we were innocent. And you decided to pay us money too. This is just wonderful! What today is just a great day for us. We were able to save ourselves from a terrible prison and found really real criminals, and we were also paid money. This is just incredibly cool. Now we can continue to have fun together and not worry about the fact that they want to put us in prison. Today was a really interesting adventure. And I'm glad that everything ended well, and you and I turned out to be innocent.